Hey, Poodle fam, here we are. It is Wednesday, July 26, 2023, and we are in episode 113. 113. Let's see what I got. Yep, I got signal over there, so it looks like we're rolling there. It looks like I got some signal over there, and we're live. It's great to see everybody today. It's been a great week. It's been a long week for me. I'm titling this one Celebrating Milestones because I had a milestone on Sunday. I hit 50 years old. Oh my God, can I believe it? It's all downhill from here, all downhill. And but it's those things when you hit 50. Well, actually, hey, good to see you, Sasha. You know, when you hit these milestones, those are times in your life where it makes you think about things, you know, and kind of see, reevaluate where your life is, what you need to do. I think hey, how's it going? Gosh, glad to have you here. Thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. And thank you for, I know you posting it in the Telegram and all, and that was all awesome. It was a good day. I don't remember much of it, which means it had to have been a great day. So a lot of things have actually happened in this last few days. And there is some crypto news that I have not really seen people talk about because maybe the people haven't put the parts and pieces together yet. They haven't quite figured out that something could be brewing. And I wouldn't be surprised. I know birthdays you don't remember are the best. If we are going to hit our bull market really, really fast, and it might take off really, really fast. I'm going to break down why, but I'm going to put it in context of, again, I'm sitting there on my 50th, and really this last month leading up to it, wondering, everyone does this, right? You hit a milestone in your life, whether it be, hitting, 18 and 21 and 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 100, 200, whatever year you hit. You sit there and go, okay, did I do everything? Where's my life going? Are there things that I regret or things I want to still do? And that's kind of what I've been thinking about over the last month. And, and I really have. And I want to celebrate those little things like that really are special to me, and one of those is you all and my Poodle fam. You are, I've always said you all are my weekly therapy. You're my ability to come in and just talk. I love being able to use this platform for educating and supporting our token and our Poodle family. It's really, really important to me. Oh my gosh, I miss you. So great to see you. Thank you very much. And so it's things like this that you go, hey, where am I at? What are we doing? And I look back at our token, and there's people, you look at the comments, you look at the the conversations, and it's funny because sometimes people go on and FUD, and then you sit there and go, what are you FUDding about? We literally have an exchange of our own. Our community is growing. The token is strong well into 2 years. We've done more with this token than probably majority of projects, which is also why a lot of projects aren't around. Or the people who started the project are on their 9th project, still trying to get people to throw money at them. And yet we have been solid and strong for so long. And that, to me, is the biggest thing that makes me continue to have the biggest support for what we're doing. I got the staking done. I don't know if y'all listened to last week's show where I ran through the staking. And I had a weird thing as I was trying to stake the tokens to go along with them, with my NFTs. It wasn't bringing up the little staking, but I ended up refreshing, finding it. It ended up working just fine. So if you have those issues, make sure you you get your stuff staked, because I just threw it in there. Like, it was one of those things where I had to realize, look, if I'm taking 1.75 whatever trillion tokens and I'm going to lock them up for 6 months, that has to mean that I know and feel confident with the direction we're going, right? If I'm willing to lock up that money and you're willing to lock up that money, we're all willing to lock up our money, well, then that gives strength and confidence to this project. So even if you see people FUD or do whatever or say whatever, the fact is the actions we're taking, we're all in this for the long run. We all believe in what we're doing, which then makes me kind of go, all right, we've been in a bear market for, longer, almost 18 months, probably. Well, actually more than that, 20 months, which would make the longest bear market our economy has seen, which, law of averages means that we have to come out of it soon, right? We've talked that bear markets usually last around 9 months or so, and bull markets last about just under 2 years on average, okay? Averages. We are on the long side of the average right now for a bear market. I've been calling this a stale market. I think we're trying to figure out what to do. But a couple of things happened in the crypto world in the last 2 days. I'm sure all these world leaders were just waiting for me to turn 50 before deciding to do this stuff in order to celebrate me. I'm just kidding. A couple of things happened that I think are pointing toward a bull market very quickly. A bull market very, very quickly. I don't want to make a prediction, but I'm going to predict that going into the fall, which is really only a few months away, we're going to see a big boom again. I think we're going to see right after the holidays again, like we did a few years ago. Those are the things that we're going to start to do. And I'm going to give you 3 reasons why I think so. I'm going to give you, there are just 3 random things that happened this last week that are sort of big news, but no one's talking about them. But I think if you put these 3 things together, you can make certain deductions. First, those who are on Twitter know, here's my first thing. He has replaced the Twitter logo with the X. Whatever you think of rebranding to X isn't important, okay? I don't know. I mean, I think you get Twitter, you had a good fine thing going, whatever. You want to rebrand to X that you've owned for years, and then point at Twitter, that's fine. But what you should recognize, at the same time he rebranded to X, because X was intended originally to be a Web3 interface, okay? So is X, new Twitter, intended, he made a comment about wanting it to be the one-stop shop. That's how Web3, yes, his background, exactly, Sasha. You see exactly where I'm going with this. He owned this for so long. He had it. He started PayPal, or bought PayPal. I mean, whatever you want to say, and how. Anyway, he was very influential in it all, and now has added. If you go to his profile, his location is X and Dogecoin. And he just slipped that in there the last couple days. Everyone knows he did all this stuff with Doge. He's been big into Doge, and you could do all this stuff. And it was out, and now all of a sudden it's back. At the same time as he's putting his Web3 leap, and maybe that was a plan for Twitter. Now, whether it was his plan the whole time, who knows, or the Twitter ownership became a shit show, so why not just, do something else with it? Whatever. I don't think that matters. But what I do think that matters is that he ended up adding location is Dogecoin. And if your whole plan of Web3, so the idea of Web3, for those of you who know, and you have a digital identity, is you should be able to move seamlessly through multiple locations, right? We've talked to, and Sasha has talked to about, the omniverse. Remember those early conversations? The idea is like if you were in someone's metaverse, you should be able to move to another metaverse. You should be able to move into your banking. You should be able to move into your socials, move into your communication through your own digital ID, your wallet, logged in who you are. Right now, we think a wallet as far as where we're keeping our crypto and our NFTs. But in theory, your wallet is your passport into anything, right? And if Web3 will allow that to happen, and this move that Elon did just 2 days ago, and then adding yesterday that he's in Dogecoin is his location, it could be a hint to that. So I thought, well, so that was the first point. So the second point I'm going to make, is it just a coincidence? Everyone might remember 2 years ago, Elon put in the Tesla, I own a Tesla and all, right? Actually, I own 2 Teslas. And that you could buy some accessories and stuff. Like I have the little belt. I don't know where the belt buckle is, but I have the Tesla belt buckle, right? And you could go to the store, the Tesla store, and buy with Dogecoin. And it was basically just a gimmick. You could go on there and you could buy the Tesla belt buckle, and this is when he moved from San Francisco to Texas with the plant, and then I think there was something else you could buy with Dogecoin, and I bought it because, well, why not? It was cool being able to use crypto as a payment thing, but then it was just a marketing ploy. Well, I remember looking about 2 weeks ago through the Tesla store because I'm trying to keep my eye on the Tesla tequila. I have the Tesla shot glasses, but I need the Tesla tequila, and it only comes out so often. So I was looking, and I just was going through everything and looking at prices, and I happened to notice, there was you couldn't buy anything with Dogecoin, and in fact, you haven't been able to for a little over a year. So I log in this morning as I'm prepping this show, and if you go to the Tesla store now, you can now buy with Dogecoin again. Now, granted, it's the Tesla whistle thing. He likes to do gimmicky stuff. And it's already sold out, or I would have bought it. But what does that mean? Tesla didn't make an announcement that they brought something back using Dogecoin. It just appeared this week. You add that to the fact that he's moving Twitter into a Web3 platform and an interconnected platform, and his location is Doge. Is it just a marketing ploy? Maybe. Yes, I do want the flamethrower though. But it's those little things, right? Now that's my second point, right? All of a sudden, Doge is back with no announcement about it, no nothing, and you can use Doge on the Twitter or in the Tesla shop again. Third, and I think this is the point where made me think we're going to have a bull market very quickly. Sam Altman, who you may or may not know, is the CEO of OpenAI. OpenAI is the parent company of ChatGPT and DALL-E 2 and those types of AI platforms. Obviously, there's tons of different AI platforms out there now, but essentially OpenAI started through MIT, Sam Altman, and Elon Musk are really the pioneers of OpenAI. And that is exactly it. Sasha knows exactly where I'm going with this. Sam Altman launched yesterday, or 2 days ago, I guess, so this was Monday, WorldCoin, essentially a crypto project. I'll give you the high level. I don't know all the details of it, but I do know this. It has one key aspect, and that's the world ID, a digital ID, essentially like your wallet, but can you prove who is who? And then you have to wonder, why would someone who just made your billions as the CEO, one of our leading scientists and brain thinkers, I think Sam is a genius. I think his work in AI is great. But I mean, if you think about it, AI, the whole purpose of AI is simplification. It's automation. It's allowing human tasks to be done easier. Whether you like it or not, you think it's going to take over the world, that's not important. The idea is that AI allows simple tasks, repetitive tasks to be done easier, smarter, and adapt, right? And so the whole idea, why then would you, when people are already creating fakes, you can get an AI thing to create a complete fake, and you see them online. You can get them to be in any celebrity's voice or politician's voice and create the thing. And you can do it now. I mean, deep fakes used to exist forever and for a while, but now you can do deep fakes just with an app on your phone, and it's not a big deal. So why then would he almost create the complete opposite? Create a crypto project that that essentially proves that you're not AI. Authenticity, right? That's what people want to say is, who are you? Are you a true human using tools, use your AI, but who is your identity? And that's the first step. And if you take that, you take the same day that we have a Web3 platform be taken over as a main social, where you can also then utilize crypto along with a world ID tag with people who have been known to partner to one another. I think that's a big push. I think we're going to start to see money moving back into the crypto. I think you're going to start seeing a lot of just playing on, first some initial teasing, but then I think we're going to start seeing it actually end up being used. And that's only good for us. I think that the move to world, we've seen, even the U.S., and I know this is when I was traveling, even announced that we're going to move into more digital. I mean, we're already in a digital-based economy, but we've already approved the use of a digital dollar. And that came out a few weeks ago. So I think this is going to be big. I think that we're priming up to it. As I die, hold on. I think there's certain things, like we have an election coming up next year in the U.S. There's going to be a big push to get an economy moving because, well, that's what every incumbent wants to do, right? Before an election year, doesn't matter what party or side you're on, that's how things work. And it needs to start moving. And I think we're going to start seeing dollars go that way. I think international trade is going to go that way. And I think these random things start to point to how our move to crypto, and especially those of us who have kept working into it, not as entertainment, not as, yes, were NFTs fun? Did it take us through things? Yes. Is there a great way, like how we use our NFTs for staking, for our investment? But I think this next, I'm going to say even 6 months, is when our world turns to Web3. We already know a lot of it's there, but I think that does it. I think there's a big move when you have it being done by both world governments and leading thought leaders, leading technologists. And that will then make things completely turn. I think that we're primed for it. I think it's the way it is going. One of the things, too, we do know that the United States is one of the leading, the United States is the leading economy in the world. I mean, right? That's not really, that's not breaking news. But we do notice, if you look at Saudi Arabia and the UAE and India have made a pact, too, to start to not use the U.S. dollar and to trade within native currencies. Fine. Some people might say that means the dollar is crashing. I don't. I think it means that currency is changing. I think that we are primed for some type of world digital currency. I think the world ID, the world coin, is a good step into it. Whether it's a lucrative crypto project or not isn't important. It's the technology, the idea of being able to connect yourself and your true identity seamlessly throughout the digital world. It's what we all want. I know people say they're freaked out about it, but the fact is it's where things are going. And in 10 years, we wouldn't even think different about it because that's just the way things are. So I think that's huge. And I think for those reasons, we need to, as a token and as a community, start planning that way. We can't let, and this, I'm going to say this not just as our token, but I'm going to say our crypto people and in our NFT people. We need to work with one another. We need to stay strong with one another. We need to show why we have been part of this world all the time, why we didn't bail. For Poodle and Pet, why did our project not fail? How did we keep working? Because once the boom starts to happen, eyes are coming on us. And if we keep doing the course, and I'll just say too, not worrying about every little new utility, what are we doing? Those aren't important. The fact is, when money starts going and people start looking on how to create money, because they are, the fact is, inflation is high. Interest rates are high. People have lost money in their 401ks. And they are going to be more open to wondering how they can recoup losses. And crypto is a way to do that. And there will be an influx of money, and it will come in, and it will take on a life of its own. And I think that we are very, very primed for it. I'm going to keep an eye on these different stories. And maybe I'll report again, next week. Maybe I'll be able to come back on, and we'll have a little bit of a discussion about that as well. But I think as coming back around, celebrating the milestone of my 50th. But I also think this week, this news, seeing the adoption of some Web3 things by some bigger players, seeing digital currencies now being okayed by governments, and even governments wanting to exchange and move away from the standard ways things were being done, all point to what we've been saying is finally inevitable. How quickly, I don't know, but something's telling me fast, because that's just how we work. I also think that that's how, if you look at some of the players involved, like Elon, like Sam Altman, like some of these are people who go fast and go big. Right? And you have governments. I just think that we are primed. I think the time of year is right. I think people are going to want this. They're going to want to see a turn in the economy. They're going to want a positive news going into an election year next year. I think that these are things that we're primed for. So I say hold on tight, build those bags, buy your NFTs, stake your money. And that's what I say is really, if you're putting your money away right now and you're putting it away for 6 months, you're going to be very happy at the end of come January. And I think right when our economy is really, really taken off. So that's it. I think that we had a milestone week. I had a personal milestone week. Thank you all for the great birthday wishes. It meant so much to me. So I'm going to let you all go. It was a great week for me. I think it was a great week for crypto, and underreported week for crypto, but big things that I think are going to change our world and change our stuff completely. So with that being said, you all have a great week. Love you, Poodle family. Thank you for everyone coming online and chatting. It's so good to see you all, and have a great week. I'm coming to you next week from New York City. See you then.